So that's it. Last game of the season, 3-0 win away to Sheffield United. And yeah, it was a solid performance, nothing to write home about, but a solid performance all round. But you can't really look too much into it because one, it's Sheffield, not really got a lot to fight for. Two, we needed to win. If we didn't win that, it was one of them really, like, there would have been a lot of questions asked. We needed to win or get a point so Chelsea don't finish above us and to guarantee 5th place. So that's what we've done, and it was an all round, and there's a lot of positives, but we can't take those positives too much in the sense of it's a new season, so form restarts really. But we're going to go through a few of the players and all the players and go from there really. But start off Vicario in goal. I didn't think he had too much to do. He was hated a lot by the fans in that game, not by our fans but by the Sheffield fans, and that's because he kept going onto the ground when the Sheffield players kept going into him late. And it's something you've got to do as a keeper and as a player. If it's there, why don't you? So it was good seeing that, and a little bit of, not maturity, but just a little bit of game intelligence, and knowing that, right, we can get a foul, we can slow the game down now and pretty much confirm the win. And that's what we done, and also just try to get rid of any momentum when Sheffield kept trying to build up and trying to press us and bring that energy back, because we didn't need the energy in the sense of, because we're a better footballing side, we don't need the energy. You can play off of skill really. He was protected a lot by Dragosin, and especially on one of the corners. So we'll go on to him now, and it was really good to see that someone actually stepped up and protected Vicario after everything what's happening recently with him. The only thing I would say is, if he was to do that and the ball's in play, it could be a penalty, because there's two-hand push, and if the player goes down on another day, they could call it as a pen. But it's good to see that someone's getting there and being a little bit more physical, so then we're not getting bullied off of a corner. I thought, as a whole, he had a good performance. There was one moment where it's not a lapse of judgment, but it was a loose header. Yes, he recovered well from it, but against a better side, we can be punished from that. But next season, he's going to be a squad player again, because you'll have a doggy back, and he'll obviously be left back, and Van de Ven will be centre back. So it will only be playing against those big sides if we've got an injury, really. Otherwise, it was probably going to be bottom half of the table in Europa League, which Dragoson's going to be getting most of his game time, in my opinion, anyway. His centre-back partnership on the game, Romero, I thought was solid, but I don't think there's much to write home about. I thought we know Romero's level, so we're kind of used to that now. And it was really good to see. And it's just consistency, and that's what we was looking for before with him, being mature and consistent, and that's what he's done since, not the game when he came back from the Chelsea game, but the game after, because his first game back, I think it was Newcastle, he got sent off straight away. But since then, he has seemed to calm down, and it's been overall a really good season for him, other than the whole Chelsea. After that, we got Porro. I thought really good attacking wise, not really a lot to do defensively, but created loads of opportunities, nearly assisted Romero. Romero just missed a header. Scored a cracking goal as well from outside the box. Smashed it far post. Keeper had no chance in that. And we keep seeing him pop up in this, and there's only 2 defenders in the Premier League who got more than 10 goal contributions this season, and it's Trippier and Porro. So it's something really good and to look forward to, because he is doing that. And if we can get that back for continuing this form next season, and the keeper, if we can just improve up front and in midfield, we're going to be trouble next season, like trouble for the rest of the league, because it's great, and normally it's the defence which is the struggle when you're attacking and trying to turn into a big team. But we're struggling more on the attacking wise. So if we can get that to click and midfield to click, I think we're going to be a great team next season. Van de Ven, another defender, big part for the goal. Won the ball at the sideline, passed it to Sonny, got it to Kulu. We scored the first goal. Really, really good since he's been left back. Nice and powerful, similar to Jan Vertonghen when he was there. More physical than a doggy, so he's more of a powerful sort of Kulu run compared to a lighter sort of run where he's not using as much muscle. I thought it really, really good to see. Yes, it's not to Udogie's level, but especially as a backup, rather than having to buy another left back, I think it's going to be really useful for us. And there's another player we'll be talking about later who's found a new position and has been striving in that and could be a good backup for us next season. Bentancur, I think, slowly getting back to himself. I think he's been building and building gradually, and each week he seems to be getting more comfortable on the ball, back to his old self when he had Conte in that first 6 months and the season after, really. And it's really, really good to see. And next season he will be a threat, and he should be our starting 8. And him doing these performances after an ACL, once he's fully fit, is going to be great for us. And I think if we can get the perfect 6 and we can get a solid striker, maybe a winger as well. So, great block against, is it Cameron Archer? I know it's Archer, not sure the first name, might be Cameron Archer, might be wrong there. Lots of energy in midfield, not a lot to write home about, but that tackle on with a block on Archer's shot, really, really good. I think he's going to be a great backup option as a backup 8 for us next season. And I'm hoping he's going to be the backup to Benny next season. Maddison, great opportunities. Really, really good. Best performance he's done for a few weeks. Well, not a few weeks, probably since pre-Chelsea. Created opportunities for not just himself, but for the team. Assisted Kulu. And I'm hoping that's giving him the confidence. And if he gets into the England squad, he can take that into the Euros. If not, he knows that he's back to himself after the injury and can actually continue that. So, Johnson, again, really good. Did miss one chance, and yes, you could say he keeps missing these chances, but I think I would prefer a player to miss all these chances and just have to improve the finishing rather than not getting any chances. Like, it's good he's getting there. As soon as that clicks and he's getting these goal scoring, it's going to be amazing for us. And he's going to be another one. I think it's going to be a backup for us next season, giving us that energy, or just starting that Europa League and just getting form, and then hopefully we can continue that and carry that on in later seasons. And he could be the season after a starter for us. You've got to remember we spent 45 million on him. They have a future plan for him, and he is going to be a big part, an essential part of us in the future. We'll go to the other wing before we go on to our best player at the game. And Son, back to, similar to his old self, I'd say. Really, really bright, lots of energy, using his pace, using his skills, getting an assist in the game, creating more opportunities. As I said, it was a solid performance from everyone, and we can't look too much into it, but if we want to, it's really, really promising, and it's really good for us to see that, yes, we finished the season strong, and it gives us a good memory. And if we lose that game and no one performs well, fans can live off of that, and that carries on into the summer, and you do not want that. Kulu, wow. I think we found his position, and he said he wants to play centrally, but more as a 10. And I'm really liking him as this more progressive, not 10, but a more progressive central player. You could call it striker. Yes, I wouldn't say he's a proper striker, but we'll say striker for now. And as a central striker, I think he's been really, really good. He's got the size, he's got the power, he's got the speed. And yes, you can say he can do that down the line, but when he's on the line, he pushes it, forces it onto his left foot almost. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, we're on the counter, cut back. Like, when he's in the centre, he's just driving forward, he's getting a goal. He can adjust his body position just slightly to score that goal, not having to fully cut back to have a shot at goal. We saw against City, he was on the right-hand side and he just shifted his hips out and opened his hips up and hit towards goal. Saw against Sheffield going across his body. It's really, really good to see. And I'd say he's brighter, probably his brightest performance since those first 6 months. And it's really, really good to see. And I'm hoping he could be about another backup, and I keep saying backup, but I think we do need that next level in the midfield and up top. So as a backup player and a backup striker next season, I think this is really, really good. And it gives us more options if we are to get rid of Richarlison, or if we keep Richarlison and then you've got 3 strikers if we sign a new one in the summer. Like, quality. With the subs, not really a lot to talk about. Nothing major with them. All you can say really is it's really good for Scarlett and Mikey Moore getting some more game time, showing promise, lots of energy and being part of that squad. And that's really the only positive you can take from that. I say, after the recent form, I'm so happy we won that game. Because, as I say, I don't want the fans to thinking and hating Ange going into the break. And it just makes the whole club a lot more positive. And yeah, it's a really, really, well, it's a good end, or a good ending game for a tricky season, and a great first season for a new manager, new league, new sporting director, losing your best player, having a massive injury crisis, a discipline crisis, and a pretty much a transformed squad. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with the season. Yes, we could have been better, but I was looking at that Europa League and the new format, no Champions League team dropouts. There's not a lot in there which I could see us losing to, other than if we get Chelsea later in the tournament. But we'll be getting through the table, the group table, whatever you want to call it. With a new format, we should be able to finish in that top 8 section, get into the round of 16 straight away. And I'm looking forward to it, and I think we're going to do well. I'm hoping he takes the cup games more serious as well. And there's a chance to get not one but a couple of trophies next season, because we had the opportunity this season. We didn't take them opportunities, and with a deeper squad and a higher quality squad, you add that to this season, and we're going to do well. Let me know what you thought of the game. Let me know what you thought of the season, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.